Timur Valiev versus 5-star Trayvon Jones. So this was a last-minute replacement fight. They made it a catch-weight fight at 140 pounds.
Yep.
Timur, he's a Russian. He's 16-2. He's 30 years old. He's 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he's finally making his UFC debut. He was scheduled a couple fights back, and that fight fell through. So finally making that UFC debut. He typically fights at 135 and 145 pounds. So this being a catch fight for him is no problem. But he is going against Trayvon Jones, who did take this on the last-minute replacement. He's representing Guam. He's an American. He's 12-6. He's 30 years old, and he's 5 feet 6 inches tall. Like we said, short-minute replacement. This is his UFC debut. What do you think about these guys?
Timur, we talked about him on that last card. We were really excited to see him. Unfortunately, that did not happen, as he was not able to fight. But, you know, outside the UFC, he's 1-1 with Chris Gutierrez.
Yeah.
Who is another UFC guy, and, you know, he came in now, and he's doing big things. So he's finally making that long-awaited UFC debut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's one of those guys that are, he's another Dagestani beast, you know. That's what I like, Dagestani bull, you know, what do you want to call him? He's out there, you know, he's a BJJ brown belt under Ricardo Almeida.
Mm-hmm.
Sambo pancration master, you know.
Yep.
He knows how to fight. It's been his entire life.
Yeah, he's the International Pancration Federation European champion and world champion. The Russian Kudo the Russian Kudo Federation Dagestan champion. The Russian hand-to-hand combat Dagestan champion. You know, he's got the accolades.
Yeah.
He's got the ground game is his world, but he also has good hands.
He's got good kicks too.
So yeah,
and kicks. Quick.
And they're fast.
They're very
lightning fast. So he throws wicked fast kicks. He's got good hands. You know, he has the 9 decisions on his record. So most of his wins do come by decisions, but he has 5 knockouts. Some of those could be a combination of ground and pound with that. But, you know, he's got the ability to put you out on the feet and on the ground.
Yeah.
And he does have 2 submissions. He's not necessarily looking for submissions, but he'll take them if they're there. He might force you into one if he has to. He's really going to look to try to pound you out and win that way and control with the wrestling there. What do you think? What else? You got anything else on them real quick?
Yeah, for him, not really. You know, he's just super explosive and super has a lot of power in his strikes.
Yeah.
The only other thing I will throw out there is that he trains with Ray Longo and Matt Serra. He's trains under them. So he's coming over to the United States and getting some of that BJJ and some of the other things that he didn't really get over there.
You got to start mixing some of that stuff in. And another thing that these guys are doing is, I'm not saying that they don't have it over there because they do have it. You can look at some of their guys, but they're really getting a more diverse set of skills by coming over to America or going over to Sweden or doing whatever they're doing to kind of to take that Dagestani grinder, that Dagestani monster mentality, and then add a little bit extra crisp, clean technique to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like kind of like back in the olden days, you know, if you wanted Muay Thai, you really had to go to Thailand.
You wanted good Muay Thai,
to learn Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of, you know, if you really want to add these things to your game, you really got to go and get it.
Yeah.
And he is.
And he's doing it.
So.
And, you know, he's doing well. But Trayvon Jones, man, as a last-minute replacement, he's got big balls.
Yeah, he's got some big balls.
The guy that he's fighting is a monster.
He is a monster.
So, but he's coming in. Trayvon's coming in. You know, he has 6 losses. But this guy has been involved in more split decision fights than I've seen in my life. This guy has 6 split decision fights on his record. He's 3-3 in those split decision fights. He's gone the distance 13 times total. So he's been involved in some long fights, and you're going to have a cardio thing with him. He's going to do well with that cardio. He's got 6 decision wins. So some of the time when he does go the distance, he does kind of tend to lose. A little bit more. He loses more when he goes the distance than he wins. In 13 fights, he's won 6 of those decisions. He does have a win over Toby Micic, who Austin Springer actually beat locally. Toby Micic is Austin Springer is a local guy who's working on getting the UFC. He has a win in the Contender Series. He has a win in Bellator. He's fought on the Ultimate Fighter, but he's working on getting in the UFC right now. And they fought for a title in a local regional promotion. Toby Micic lost to Austin Springer, but Toby also competed in Bellator and won there. So that would probably be, in my opinion, Trayvon's best win. At this, that's the whole reason I bring it up. That's probably his best win, in my opinion, right now.
Yeah, I didn't get to see too much on Trayvon. You know, he was added to the card on Thursday. I did watch a couple videos, you know, on him, and he looks like a grappler. Like, that looks like his world is the ground game. The one thing that he does like to do is, you know, on his feet, he's got really fast hands and fast leg kicks.
Yeah.
Not super technical, but they're quick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see if that helps him, but...
I mean, honestly, if I'm really getting into it, Trayvon Jones has the worst matchup possible for a first debut matchup, and it's hard to say that when you're looking at Timur, who's coming in on a debut as well. You know, so for Trayvon, I feel bad for him. I don't think he's going to win this fight. I feel like Timur's going to dominate him pretty much everywhere. The one thing that I am seeing, though, is that Trayvon is hard to finish. So I'm going to give Timur the decision here. Yeah,
so, you know, I fully expect Valiev to have an easier time with this fight than he was going to have against Mark Striegel.
Definitely.
And I feel like Valiev can beat him wherever he wants, if we're being honest. I don't think that Trayvon can stand with him.
We're probably on the same page.
He can't. I mean, he's a grappler. I don't know that he's going to be able to out-grapple him. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Valiev finished it inside the distance, but I do also have Timur with a decision win.
Boom. Opening the night with a perfect pick. Awesome, right there. The same. Not meaning we got it right, but we got the same pick.